Paris is full of surprises. Even 4 days were not enough for us to explore all that Paris has to offer. But we made the most of it and are excited to share those moments with you. This is not a typical YouTube Paris guide. This video is packed with spots, bakeries, and tips.
Bonjour, welcome everyone to our YouTube video. Today we are going to cover some of the famous hotspots and eateries around Paris. This will help you plan your trip much better. So let's come along. Hope you enjoy this journey with us.
After a tiring 10-hour slide from Bangalore, we arrived in Paris and headed towards our hotel in the 16th around this month, from where the Eiffel Tower was visible. We got refreshed and went straight to this nearby restaurant and ordered so many items. Everything was just top-notch here. And then we went towards the Eiffel Tower. It was a 10 minutes walk only from this place. Seeing the Eiffel Tower for the first time during the day was unreal. I felt a mix of excitement and awe as I stood before the iconic landmark. I couldn't believe I was really there. It was a moment that I had imagined so many times, and finally experiencing it was something I'll never forget. So after admiring Eiffel Tower, we walked towards the Avenue Montaigne, which is famous for French fashion shops, the major haute couture brand. Which was a silly decision because it was really far and it started raining lightly. So we had to take a cab. When we arrived at the location though, I was amazed with the crowd in the Dior store because it's an expensive brand and people were lined up for it. Or maybe there was an event. Anyways, we walked there for some time, admired the beauty of Paris, the expensive stores, and decided to take a cab for Stohrer patisserie. Because after so much walk, we really got hungry. And I've heard so much about this patisserie that I went there on the first day itself. The patisserie was just out of this world. It's actually the oldest patisserie in Paris, founded by King Louis Its 15th pastry chef Nicolas Stohrer in 1730. We picked few pastries and searched for a nearby park to enjoy them. We found Square Émile-Chautemps, which is a beautiful park located in the 3rd arrondissement, and it has beautiful fountains and is near the famous Pont Saint-Martin, which was constructed in 1674 by Louis XIV. Later, we came back to our hotel to get dressed for our night dinner cruise on the Bateaux Mouches, which is an experience that I will highly recommend, especially for couples. The Bateaux Mouches has been cruising along the Seine river since 1949. It's one of the oldest and most iconic river cruises in Paris. The name Bateaux Mouches actually comes from the French word for fly boat, as they were generally designed to be lightweight and faster. So the cruise departs from Porte de la Conférence and travel up to Seine towards Notre Dame de Paris, passing by the Louvre Museum, the Town Hall and the Concierge. You can check out their website to see the complete route, and please note that the captain may change the route depending on the height of the Seine River. It's almost a 3-hour cruise. You can either opt only for a boat trip or can go for a lunchtime or dinner cruise. And remember, they have a very strict dress code policy. So go through their website to know such details before you plan your dinner there. So we went there for the 8 p.m. cruise, which departs at 8:30 p.m. From the reception, we took our boarding passes and there was a bar as well, which is kind of like a waiting area if you're coming with a big group. On the cruise, we were greeted with live music, romantic melodies played by a pianist and a violinist. It immediately set the tone for a magical evening ahead. The servers welcomed us, guiding us to our table, which had an incredible view of the Eiffel Tower. Later, they greeted us with the champagne to start the evening. During the cruise, we enjoyed a gourmet dinner, live music while gliding past some of the most famous landmarks in the city. For us, though, the most magical moment was when the Eiffel Tower lit up at night. It was such a breathtaking sight that we couldn't help but get emotional. There's something so special about seeing Eiffel Tower illuminated from the water. It feels like time slows down for a bit. After the incredible dinner cruise night before, we woke up to the beauty of Parisian summer morning. We had a breakfast and had a photo shoot schedule because of course you can't leave Paris without capturing some beautiful memories. We booked it via the Writer app, the link of which I will share it in the description. We took the metro afterwards, and did I mention that I was afraid of going via metro in Paris and didn't use them on day one? Well, there are so many negative videos about stealing in Paris metros that I got the wrong impression. The best way to travel in Paris is actually via metros. Just purchase a Navigo card from a nearby big metro station and roam throughout the Paris. And do have a crossbody bag with you and your valuables in it and not in the pocket, just in case you are the unlucky one. Our next stop was the iconic Arc de Triomphe. Standing at the end of Champs-Élysées, it is one of the most recognizable monuments in Paris. It was commissioned by Napoleon in 1806 to honor French army victories. Although we didn't climb to the top, just being there and taking in the scale of the monument was enough to make us feel the significance of the place. After visiting Arc de Triomphe, we made our way to the beautiful Domaine National du Palais-Royal. This palace has played many roles throughout French history, home to king, a center of art and culture, and even a hub for political activity during French Revolution. One of the most distinctive features of this place is the striking black and white striped columns in the courtyard. They are the playful contrast to the palace's classical architecture. The palace has a beautiful garden as well, which has symmetrical layout, perfectly trimmed trees and fountains. But what made this stop even more fun for us is that many scenes from the popular show Emily in Paris were filmed right here. We really love spending some quiet time here, just enjoying the peaceful surroundings. After our time at the Palais-Royal, we made our way to the iconic Louvre Museum, which is just 7 minutes walk from there. As we approached the entrance, we were amazed by the Louvre sculpture courts on both sides of the Arc. These beautifully crafted sculptures were a real treat to the eye and gave us a preview of the artistry that lies within the Louvre. This museum holds some of the greatest art treasures known to humanity, including Mona Lisa and Venus de Milo. The glass pyramid at the center is the entrance to the museum. Unfortunately, we arrived on a Tuesday, which is the Louvre's closed day, so we couldn't enter the museum. But we spent some time just enjoying the beauty of the place and headed towards our next stop, Montmartre.
Maybe one day I get on my knees, give you a diamond ring. All sorts of things. All sorts of things. All sorts of things.
While going towards the famous Basilique, we found this amazing Lindt store. It is not your normal store. It has so many flavors of Lindt chocolates that I couldn't resist picking some. The owner was nice too and gave us few chocolates for free, which really made our day. Our last stop for the day was a breathtaking Basilique du Sacré-Cœur located at the highest point in Paris, atop Montmartre Hill. It was completed in 1914 and stands as a symbol of both religious and national significance. Built after the Franco-Prussian War, it was intended as a place of spiritual renewal. Adding to the magic of the moment was the violin music. We stopped a while for the music and headed towards the top, where we came across the charming wall of love, filled with logs left by couples to symbolize their love. After enjoying the view from the top, we came down, and here is my husband trying the famous John Wick pose. We came to a nearby restaurant and had appetizing dinner, and later we headed towards our hotel via the metro.
Hi everyone, so today we are going to Disneyland Paris. We will take a metro and an RER to reach there. It's a good sunny morning in Paris over here in France. So see you over there. Mickey Mouse. Bye.
Our day 3 in Paris started with a delicious breakfast at Cozy Cafe nearby. After fueling up with some scones and coffee, we were ready for the magic that awaited us at Disneyland Paris. Disneyland Paris is located about 40 minutes from the central Paris by train, and it's incredibly easy to get there using public transport. We hopped on the RER train, which takes you directly to the park's gate. Disneyland Paris is split into two parks, Disneyland Park and Walt Disney Studios Park. Disneyland Park is a classic park with Sleeping Beauty's castle, themed lands, and plenty of rides for the whole family. Walt Disney Studios focuses more on movie-making magic, featuring shows, rides, and behind-the-scenes looks into how Disney films are made. Both parks offer unique experience, but it's a lot to cover in one day. We had pre-booked our tickets for both the parks via the Viter app. We were only able to cover one park during our visit though. Disneyland Park was where we spent our day, soaking into the fairy tale atmosphere. We started with the big horse carousel, which had the lengthy queue, and it was hot that day. But it brought out the inner child in us and set the tone for the rest of the day. Next, we went to meet Mickey Mouse, and the line again here was so huge, we waited for almost an hour. Actually, you should check the waiting time in the Disneyland app. But then we got to meet the Mickey Mouse himself. It was such a fun moment, and our pics were clicked as well and displayed on the exit wall screen. For lunch, we stopped at the nearby cafeteria, which was all vegan and nicely decorated. After lunch, we met up my friend who had also made her way to the Disneyland. We were planning to leave the park, and on the way we found the booth of It's a Small World ride, and my husband insisted to try that one to cheer my teary-eyed mood by purchasing its premium ticket, which is like a costlier version with less to none waiting time. It actually turned out to be the joyful experience that left us smiling. Before leaving, we bought some souvenirs from the Emporium for our family members. The store was filled with all sort of exciting goodies, and while shopping we heard loud music which was coming from outside. We came out and saw a Disney float parade going past by where people were dancing. This just perfectly wrapped up our day at Disney. After spending 3 magical days in Paris, we traveled to the south of France for a week of relaxation, the video of which will be coming soon in the next few weeks. But before our flight back to Bangalore, we returned to Paris a day earlier via the train to explore one of France's most iconic landmarks, the Palace of Versailles. We booked our tour again with the Viator app, and we booked the tour which provided us with a tour guide who helped us in the easy navigation of the palace.
Departure time 5 p.m. So where we're going to do the drop off, that's going to be exactly the same location for the pickup location. But important, 5 p.m. This is the last bus for the day. So if you want to spend more time in Versailles, it's totally fine. But that's when you're going to have to go back to the city on your own using the train. So the guy will explain how to.
Versailles is a masterpiece of French art and architecture. It is also called as Palace of Palaces because it's so grand and so magnificent. Originally a hunting lodge for King Louis XIII, the palace was actually expanded by his son Louis XIV, also called his Sun King, in the 17th century to become the grand residence we know today. It was a symbol of absolute monarchy until the French Revolution. The palace itself is jaw-dropping. Nearly 20,000 nobles, officials and servants lived and worked here within its walls. Here we came across the magnificent Royal Chapel, an architectural and spiritual masterpiece. It was here that royal weddings and baptisms took place, including the marriage of Louis XVI and Marie Antoinette in 1770. When we entered the Hercules room, we were amazed by seeing the equestrian ceremonial armors. It was like we got transported in that era of kings and knights. And in this room, we found the beautiful painting of Queen Mary, who was the wife of King Louis XV. Next to it was the king's bedroom, which is the most symbolic room and was the center of daily court life. Do you know there are actually 2,300 rooms in Versailles? That's really a lot of rooms. Now moving on to the most famous room in the palace is the Hall of Mirrors, an artistic marvel. It's lined with 357 mirrors that reflects the light from its 17 windows, symbolizing the Sun King's power and wealth. It was used for grand receptions and state ceremonies. It was here that the Treaty of Versailles was signed here in 1919, bringing an end to the World War I. My favorite room was this queen's bedroom, which was beautifully and delicately decorated in all whites and gold. This served as a residence of 3 queens of France, including the Marie Antoinette. After our tour got completed, which was kind of rushed, I want to spend more time here. We were taken outside towards the garden and were given 1 hour to explore them. And now I will leave you alone without my commentary to enjoy the beauty of it. That was all guys, the tour of Paris for you. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Go check out my previous Paris video as well and stay tuned for the upcoming South of France travel video. Until then, next time, bye bye.